So have you heard of robot lawnmowers? Kind of like robot vacuum cleaners, but it maps out your lawn and it schedules to cut your grass. I have the Genie 3000 from ANTHBOT, and I'm gonna show you how simple this thing is to set up, get started, and see if it's as good as it sounds.
Mr. Black.
By the way, welcome to the channel where I love to share with you cool gear that comes my way, especially cool, innovative products like this one. If you like gadgets and gear, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And don't be a stranger to the channel. Also, if you can hit that like button, that does help out a lot. I appreciate it. ANTHBOT did send this to me because they wanted me to test this thing out, try it on different lawns and different environments, and then share these features and experiences with you guys. And I will say I was very hesitant at first to get a robot lawnmower because I just wasn't sure if I really needed it. But after using this thing for a little bit, it's genius. And I will put the links to all of this stuff down in the description so you can find it out down there. So it comes with everything that you need to get started, including a charging pod where the lawnmower will actually back itself into it to charge.
Starting to charge.
You get the full band RTK beacon for keeping the signal strong even through clouds, obstacles, or if the lawnmower is under a tree or behind a wall, which does set it apart from other robot lawnmowers that doesn't have a beacon like that because they can lose signal and you have to go out and rescue it, and you don't have to do that with this one. You also get long cables to plug this thing in and extra rust-free stainless double-edged steel blades, but it also comes with quick instructions to get this running quickly. So how this thing works is you're gonna set this thing up and connect it via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi or your 4G connectivity. And then you're gonna map out your lawn, or you can do it manually by using it as a remote control and go through spots and map it out that way. You could set different zones, up to 30 zones to be exact, and you could even geofence out areas that you don't want it to go to, or make like paths if you wanna go from one zone to the other without mowing anything in between. You can like set a certain path where it goes over at that certain spot. You can cover a maximum area of 3,000 meters squared. This is like 67 meters squared, by the way, right here, but 3,000 meters squared, which is the equivalent to like 3/4 of an acre. The Genie 3000 will optimize a route for maximum efficiency just to make sure it's not gonna miss any spots. It has 4 cameras on here to identify and avoid obstacles. And with that 4-eye or 4-camera vision and RTK fusion mapping, it'll give you precise navigation. And it can identify over 1,000 different obstacles. So it knows like if there's a shoe in the way, it will stop and it will just avoid that spot altogether. Or maybe it's a kid's toy or a dog or something like that. It will recognize that and avoid it. Inside is a strong BLDC motor with wide tires and also nice grips. So if you do have hills, this thing can climb up to 45-degree inclines or 24 degrees, even if it's wet or slippery. And speaking of wet, this thing is IPX6 waterproof. So rain won't harm this thing. You can keep it out like this, and if it's dirty, you can just hose it down. Now it does have like a little rain sensor on there so that if it is raining, it'll just stop the process. That way it's not, cutting wet grass. It'll wait for it to dry. The whole thing weighs just under 30 pounds or 13 kilograms, so it's pretty hefty, but luckily with this mapping system, you don't have to lug this thing around. It knows to navigate where it needs to go. And maybe one of the things you're thinking is, what if someone wants to steal this? It actually has a anti-theft alarm on there, so if it does leave that geo-fenced area, it will make a very loud and audible alarm, scaring anyone away from stealing it. Plus it'll notify you with the app and let you know that it's doing that, so you can go check it out and make sure that it's not getting stolen. Although it'd be funny to see someone trying to run away with a 30-pound lawnmower down the street. Let's go ahead and start mowing here. Now, one of the things that I love about this robot lawnmower is that it can go out several times a day or a week and just keep getting certain spots and just keep cutting it down. So no need to mow your lawn once a week or once every 2 weeks and then have to bag it all, because that can be very annoying. This will actually mulch the grass, spreading it out, making it more healthy for your grass to grow. And you can cut this thing between heights of 30 or 70 millimeters or 1.18 to 2.76 inches. With a cutting width of 20 centimeters, which is almost 8 inches. And these stainless double-edged steel blades will auto-rotate, cutting even fine grass, but also reducing impact when hitting any hard objects. So if it does run over a stick or something like that, it won't make a huge impact on it. It won't damage the blades at all. And with that 10,000 milliamp hour battery and advanced battery management, this thing will give you up to 4 hours of mowing, and it only takes 2 hours to charge it fully from zero. And it has safety measures for it when it's charging to cut the power when it's fully charged to prevent any overcharging. Now, as this thing is mowing the lawn as we speak, one of the biggest advantages of all is the fact that it's super quiet. This thing is under 60 decibels, which is basically the same level as like an electric toothbrush. It is so quiet when you're like 10 feet away from it, you can barely hear it. So this thing can be running all day. It won't bother any of your neighbors or even you in the house. And I love that. That's very impressive. Look at this. Just as we've been going, that's how much of the lawn it's done. Having that on the app is really cool too. It just gives you all the information you need. You can pause it, you can set up the zones, you can remote control it. It's very fascinating and I love it. So that's the Genie 3000 from ANTHBOT. If you are someone that's sick of mowing their lawn, or maybe you can't even physically do it anymore, this might be a really good tool for you because it's gonna do it for you. And it's probably even gonna do a better job. Now, ANTHBOT has this really big anniversary thing happening right now. So if you are watching this thing early enough, do check out the link in the description to see the most current and up-to-date price for this, because this thing could save you a lot of time and just make your lawn that much better. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see some other cool gear that I've looked at on this channel, I'll put some videos up on the screen right there. And let's just go ahead and send this thing back to recharge. And I'll let the time play out at the end. Look at this thing. I love it. I call him Tony. It's like ANTHBOT. Tony.